Hey everybody, today we're doing a review of a caviar substitute, Caviart black seaweed pearls. You know, from the time I was a little kid, I was always fascinated by food, and especially food that was fancy food. People that, had a lot of money, could afford different things. And we had fried bologna and grits and, and gravy. You know, we I was always interested in really fine, fancy food. And I remember going to the store, Winn-Dixie, they had these little tiny cans of, or jars of caviar. And I remember one day I saved up my money and I bought some, and it tasted like caviar. But it wasn't anything I would run home to have. Um, but it was always interesting to me, and I thought it would be fun to find a substitute because it is rather expensive. And this is from Denmark. It's made entirely from plant sources, basically seaweed. I know you're excited, but caviar and seaweed, because does it get any better? Yeah, but hang in there with me. It's got seaweed extract, water, extractive spices, turmeric, laurel leaf, citric acid, xanthan gum, sodium benzoate sorbate, caramel color. Um, Not any Frankenstein stuff in there. And it's from Denmark. It's rather inexpensive compared to regular caviar. It looks identical. It looks identical to this style of caviar. It has a texture that is also identical. And the taste, well, you have a texture in your mouth of little round pieces. It's got, because of the seaweed, there's a little bit of a marine taste to it, but it's not fishy at all. And a tiny bit of a salt flavor, a little bit of a tang, tiny bit. It's very subtle flavors. Um, if you didn't tell someone who was an expert or had a lot of experience with caviar that this wasn't caviar, they would have no idea. Um, it's, I think, for a substitute, it's very decent. We're going to put this on some toasted pumpernickel with some cream cheese. Hmm. I don't think the flavor is um, like, it's not like a fresh peach or a nice juicy steak or a piece of fish that's cooked well. It's but it's very pleasant. It's fresh tasting. I um, I would have no trouble eating this if I thought it was caviar. None at all. And I'm talking with stuff in my mouth. Hold on a minute. Whenever I had hard times, it always made me feel better if somewhere in the house I had a can of lobster paste or caviar. Maybe you couldn't afford the rent, but you got a can of a lobster spread or a caviar or something to put on some toast. Maybe you wouldn't use it, but it was there, So, I don't know, psychologically, could be something too. But it's, the more I eat this, actually, the more I like it. Hmm, I'm surprised. Yeah, you know what? It has an aftertaste. There might be also the cream cheese and the pumpernickel, but I'm enjoying this actually more than I thought I would. Because caviar, like I said, it's not a pork chop, but that's not bad. And I like the fact that it's from Denmark. That's one of my favorite countries. So guys, I'll leave a link to this in my video description. You can get it on Amazon and get you a little jar of caviar. Happy New Year.